I'm Tom Manini, and today we're going to make a chili beef and miso ramen. There's a soft boiled egg in there, there's some chilies, there's some ginger, there's all kinds of craziness going on. It's super peng. Okay, so what's really cool about miso ramen is it's basically the most warming and wholesome and happy thing that you can ever want to eat. We're going to top it with some crispy beef that's got some chilies, it's got some garlic, and it's got some ginger in it. We're going to make a proper funk out of some miso paste, some soy sauce, and some sesame oil. We're going to top it all up with a chicken broth, which has got some lard in it because you need a really high fat content, like me. Alright, okay, here we go. This is everything you're going to need to make miso ramen. I put it all in little plates because, you know, the budget's gone up. To start with, we're going to have to soft boil an egg, which is really, really easy. You need to get yourself a little saucepan with some water on, get that on a heat. That's going to do its thing. While this is all happening as well, in here, we've got about 2 litres of chicken stock. We want to get that warming through as well. Now into the chicken stock, we're going to add a couple of things just to help it along. We're going to add a little bit of ginger. And we're just going to roughly chop that. Pop that in. And very importantly, we're going to add a little bit of lard. Now the lard is really important because it gives you a fat content on top of your ramen, which means every noodle that you pick up is going to come through the lard and bring some of that flavour with it. So we'll take a little bit of that and we'll add that straight in. Now while this is going on, we're going to make some crispy beef. The crispy beef is really, really good and it's really, really easy. You don't just have to use it for your ramen, you can use it for all sorts of things. You can put it in stir fries or whatever the hell you want to do. But for now, we're going to make this. Okay, we've got a frying pan for our crispy beef. What we're going to do is move this pan because this will look better here. The egg pan will continue to do what it does, but just somewhere else. So into our pan, we're going to add a little bit of toasted sesame oil and then our beef. We're going to use about half of this, we don't need it all. But then there's spare beef. Now while your beef's in there, it's going to start cooking. We're going to add some bits to it to help it along again. So we're going to start with some ginger, we're going to do some garlic as well. So we're going to peel that. Okay, so while this is all happening, you want to break your beef up and keep it moving. Right, okay, while that's doing its thing as well, we're going to add some chilies into that. So, we want it pretty hot, so we're going to add a full green chili into it. And again, you just want to shred that up. Okay, so once you've got it to this stage, you just want to turn the heat down on it and forget about it for 10 minutes. Just leave it to do its thing, leave the fat to work on the beef. It's going to crisp up. The chili, the garlic, the ginger, they're all going to make it sing and you're in a wonderful place. Now in the meantime, your water should be boiling for your egg. Okay, so once your egg water's boiling, you want to get your egg, you want to drop it in there for 6 minutes, no more, no less. So we're going to pop that in there, set a timer. Okay, while your egg's on, then you're going to have just enough time to make some crispy onions. So while we're doing that, you want to get yourself a big salad onion. I think you call it a green onion sometimes. You're going to get it in half and then holding it like this, you want to cut it into very, very, very fine slices. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop this into some icy water and that's going to shock it. It's going to go into like mad curls that we can put on top of the ramen. It's really nice, it's really fresh, it's really crispy, but most importantly, it looks impressive so you can show off to your friends. So we get some icy water and just sprinkle them in there, give them a good old... Get them in there, get them told, and forget about them for a bit. Okay, next and possibly the most important part of your miso ramen is, for want of a better term, we're calling it the funk. And the funk is basically everything that's going to bring your ramen some flavour. You've got your broth, which has got your fat, it's got your chicken stock, it's got your ginger, it's got everything you want in there, but the funk is what takes it to another level. So we're going to start off with some miso paste. And we've just got regular yellow miso paste. You want about 50 grams of that. Now the miso paste is going to give you a really good umami flavour. Now that's a legitimate non-made up word. A lot of people haven't they don't consider it when they cook, but it's that mushroomy, earthy kind of taste that just makes you go, yeah, that's what I want. So the funk, we're going to start off with your miso paste, and into that we're going to add 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, half a tablespoon of rice wine vinegar, or a tablespoon if you're clumsy. And then I'm going to mix that up. Alright, okay, so we're going to take the beef off the heat because that's good and crispy. Alright, okay, so we're going to take the egg out of the egg pan and we're going to shock it in ice water. For that, what we're going to do is we're going to get a bowl, half fill it with ice, and then cover it in water. And you want to drop your egg into it so it's completely submerged, and that's going to stop your egg cooking.
Oh. Hey.
And then you want to get yourself a pan, again, of boiling water, bring that to the boil, and you want to drop your ramen noodles in. We're just using instant noodles because for this it works perfect. Okay, so when it comes to build your ramen, what we want to do is start in the bottom with the funk, which, if you remember, has got your miso in it, it's got your soy, it's got all of your big flavours. So you want about 2 tablespoons of that living there in the bottom. Then into that we're going to add our noodles. So then on top of that we're going to put our stock. On top of that, we're going to put the crispy beef. You want to get some chilies in there, and you can just smell all the sesame oil in that. You just know it's going to be funky. And once you've drained off your spring onions, you end up with this big curly mess here. You want to top that off with your soft boiled egg. Okay, so there we go. We've made some ramen. I'm going to go get noodles all over my face. If you've had a wonderful time, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you've enjoyed this, I've been Tom McNeely. If not, I've been Gino DeCampo.
Gino!